Hello, this is Larry with No Shame Ministries, and this is your mental health moment, and we are in the middle of a series on change. And before we move forward talking about trauma and dealing with pain, I just thought it was vitally important that we take a session just to talk about what do we do when we're agitated, how can we have some good coping skills, and how we can de-escalate. And the first suggestion that I would give you is breathing. And I remember the first time somebody told me to just start taking deep breaths. The first thing I wanted to do is punch them in the mouth. But scientifically, it is the best thing you can do when you're agitated. The sympathetic system in your brain when you're agitated, it's just pumping out adrenaline, it's pumping out cortisol, it's telling your body to get ready to fight. And when you go ahead and you take these deep breaths, it engages the parasympathetic system, which is kind of like putting your foot on the brakes, and it is telling your body to quit producing that adrenaline, the cortisol, and actually bringing you to a state of relaxation. So if you take those long, deep belly breaths, give it about 2 minutes, and it is going to go a long ways to calm you down and de-escalate your body. The next thing that I would like to suggest to you is movement. When you are agitated, the limbic part of your brain, which is the mid part of your brain basically, where your memories and your emotions are held, is very much overactive. So one of the best things you can do is to get up and move. When you get up and move, you're engaging all the different areas of the brain, and you're taking energy away from the limbic part of the brain that is overstimulated, and you're stimulating other areas of the brain that is going to help you calm down much faster. So the third thing that I'd like to suggest to you is a safe place, and that is where you go to the place where you're at the most peace of any place in the world. And for me, it's the beach. So I like to imagine that I'm sitting at the beach, I close my eyes, I breathe in the salt air, I feel the sun against my skin, and I engage all the senses until I get to the place where I am finally at peace, and I can just feel that peace coming over my body. And when I do that and I get to that safe place, I cross my arms and I do what's called tapping. And what you do is you just alternate tapping left and right. And what you're doing is basically EMDR. It is putting a bookmark in your mind so that when you are agitated and you do that tapping, it'll make it easier for you to get to that safe place. Now, very important that you do not do the EMDR tapping when you're agitated. It is very important that you wait until you're in your safe place and you do that tapping. This is something that you practice when you are in a good place, when you are healthy, because if you do it when you're in an agitated state all the time, what you're going to do is just train your body to be agitated. But this works actually the opposite way. When you're healthy, practice this activity, and when you are agitated, then you start tapping, and it will bring your mind to that place where you're at your safe space, and it will bring that connection to that place of peace that is stored in your brain. The last thing I would like to suggest for you to do is just to invite Jesus into the moment. When we are agitated, when we are hurting, Jesus is already there in the room with us. But it's helped so much when we can just imagine, how is Jesus responding to me in this moment? And in the end, when we weep, Jesus weeps. When we hurt, Jesus hurts. And Jesus, the first thing he would want to do with you when you're agitated, when you're stressed, when you're in pain, is to bring comfort to you. So invite Jesus into that moment and literally visualize him being there, and let that bring comfort and peace and grace to you. If you like this video, we ask that you like it, you follow us, and you share with your friends. We also encourage you to look at our website at noshameministries.org. If you're in the Omaha area, we'd love to have you come visit one of our support groups. And grace and peace be with you.